From Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, Michigan, it's almost time for Rockford Rivets baseball. Today, the 14-18 Rockford Rivets take on the 12-20 Kalamazoo Growlers. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast. It's Larry Larson in with you on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network tonight and all season long. Thanks for joining me. Both these two teams are out of contention for a first-half playoff spot, with just 4 games remaining in the first half. However, there's plenty of bragging rights on the line as the Rivets swept a 4-game series from these Kalamazoo Growlers in these first two teams' matchups. We'll get to that in a moment. First, we're going to step aside for our nation's national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
A rousing rendition of the national anthem here at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rivets and Growlers about to get going. Great Lakes East rivals doing battle. It's the 5th meeting of the season between these two teams, and as we mentioned before the anthem, the Rivets took each of the first 4 matchups between these teams. Even though it was a sweep, it was hotly contested. 3 of 4 games between the squads were one-run contests, but they all fell to the Rivets as they were the home team. And now that we're in Michigan, you never know what could happen. Here in Kalamazoo, they do the pregame a little bit differently. They have a pregame home run derby before every single game. So for tonight's pregame show, we're going to broadcast the home run derby. And for the Rivets, their participant is not a position player, but it is Taiwan right-hander Chan Yao Ming. And right now, Chan is being interviewed on the field by Rivets catcher Grant McGill, or by a on-field host, and Grant McGill is serving as translator, as Chan does not speak much English. He speaks some English. It's gotten better since he's been here in the United States. But Chan, the Taiwanese bullpen arm, he's actually suffered a season-ending injury, but his arm is good enough to swing the bat. So now he's going to take a metal bat, and how the home run derby works is each batter gets a minute to swing as many swings as they can get in, and whoever has more home runs wins the derby. So Doug Coe's going to do the pitching to Chan, and we're about to get underway for the home run derby. The wind is blowing out to left field. The first pitch to Chan, he takes it, and he's taken the first 2 pitches. The next pitch on the way, Chan swings away, and it's a foul ball. It is a 1.5-minute period for Chan to try and hit as many home runs as he can. He hits a ground ball next, and that one, next pitch, line drive down the left field line, is gone for his first home run. His next swing into deep center field, carrying, not enough. Next one, a towering fly ball into left center, over the fence for 2 home runs. Next one, he pulls it foul. So he's got 2 home runs, a minute left on the clock now. Coe gathering a handful of baseballs. Chan's next pitch grounded to the left side. Next one, a fly ball into center. And that one won't have enough. Chan gets a hold of the next one, but it's going to come up short once again. He pulls another one on the ground. Goes next pitch. Pulled into left field. Chan calls time. He needs a break. So he calls a timeout with 38 seconds remaining on the clock. And now the Rivets teammates are going to give Chan a squirt of water. They're going to talk him through a few things. They sit him down in a chair. They're giving him a massage now, maybe a pep talk. And you can tell this team is having fun with this. Chan just squirted himself in the face with more water. Now more water being poured on his head. Pops his cap back on. Now he's ready to go. He's got 38 more seconds. He's got 2 home runs. And now we're back underway. Chan takes the next pitch and now swings away and fouls it straight back. Maybe he's a little out of gas. The next one is lined over the left field wall for home run number 3. Chan fouls another one off. He's got 25 seconds left. Another line drive. This one's too low. 20 seconds remaining. Another pop fly. Too short. Next one, another fly ball. Not enough. He fouls off another one. He's got 10 seconds remaining. Another fly ball pulled to the left side. 7 seconds. He gets a hold of this one. This one's got a chance. That's gone. Chan's got 4 home runs. Last pitch, and he misses. And so Chan Yao Ming, the Rivets bullpen arm, finishes the pregame home run derby with 5 home runs.
Yao Ming with 5 home runs. What a performance.
A really good swing from Chan. It's very smooth, much like his pitching delivery, which the Rivets unfortunately will not see again this season. But he's going out with a bang for a little fun here. And he hit some deep line drives. And while we've got a moment before the Growlers hitter in the home run derby, the dimensions here at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo are very shallow. It is straight 306 down the left field line, but then it juts in a little bit, and it is 291 immediately to the right of the left field foul pole. Down the right field line, it's 330 to straight away, and then we've got another area that juts out, and it's 315. It's 400 to dead center, and there are large power alleys, so a lot of ground to cover for outfielders out there in the middle of the outfield, but not so much down the lines. It'll be Nolan McCarthy doing the swinging for Kalamazoo. He's a freshman from Kentucky, native of Kalamazoo. Outfielder standing at 6'1". He'll bat from the right side after Chan Yao Ming did the same for Rockford. Again, we are in the middle of a pregame home run derby, something that happens before every home game for the Kalamazoo Growlers. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, they do things a little bit differently, but why not? Nolan McCarthy steps in the box, and the first pitch to him, he swings and fouls it back. Both contestants using a metal bat in this one. McCarthy pulls the next pitch on the ground. Sends a line drive up the middle. Still no home runs for him. Minute and 20 seconds. He lines the next pitch deep to left, and that falls just short. Now he golfs one well over the left field wall for his first home run. It's 5-1. His next one is another line drive over the left field fence. Now he swings again, sends it to deep left center. Now another line drive over the left field fence. He's up to 2 home runs. I suppose a few of them didn't go over the left field wall. Now another towering blast down the left field line. That one falls foul. He's at 2 home runs. 50 seconds to go for him now. Still 5-2 in favor of Chan Yao Ming. Now McCarthy launches another one to deep left over the short porch in left field. And he's at 4 home runs.
The official count from the press box is 4 home runs currently. 4 home runs.
So Nolan McCarthy has 4 home runs. Chan Yao Ming, the Rivets pitcher, finished with 5. So McCarthy needs 1 home run to tie and 2 home runs to win it. I must say this is some good pregame excitement. I've never had the chance to call a home run derby before. McCarthy gets a brief massage from his teammates, and now one of his teammates, I believe that was TJ Williams, gives him a hard slap on the shoulder. And now the time is back in. McCarthy has about 40 seconds to tie this one up. He sends a fly ball to deep center. Does it have enough? It does not. Next one, fly ball to left. And that one bounces off the wall, still 5-4. McCarthy takes another swing. It's another pop fly. Now he pulls one down the left field line. Does it have enough? It does not. Next one, another line drive, and this one hops the wall. We're under 20 seconds. It's still 5-4 in favor of Chan Yao Ming. The Rivets dugout is going crazy. They're standing and clapping. Now a drive to deep left, and that one gets out of here, and that was the 6th home run for McCarthy. So I suppose one of the other home runs got out of here, and at the buzzer, Nolan McCarthy hits home run number 6 to beat Chan Yao Ming in the pregame home run derby. So a little excitement before the real baseball begins at 6:35 Eastern time. That's in about 3 minutes or so. I must say, a very impressive performance from Chan Yao Ming, the Rivets bullpen pitcher, in this pregame home run derby. I'll be interested to see who the Rivets send out there tomorrow. Word on the street was Noah DeLuga was going to participate before the Rivets suggested that Chan do the home run derby. So it was good to see the Rivets right-hander get a little fun in. And I've been passed along a stat from the Growlers press box that the Growlers have yet to win a game if they win the home run derby. So credit to that stat to Ben Line Newman, a Bradley University alum. Good to see Ben here up in the press box. But very interesting entertainment here in Kalamazoo. I've heard they also do in-between inning dances in addition to players singing, dancing, all that good stuff. Think Savannah Bananas, perhaps, and if you've never heard of the Savannah Bananas, I suggest that you look them up on YouTube. They do all sorts of off-the-wall stuff. Rivets and Kalamazoo Growlers coming up here in a few moments, and before the teams take the field, once again, let's set the scene for you. The temperature is 74 degrees here in southwest Michigan. It is mostly sunny, a picturesque day for baseball across the Northwoods League. The Rivets enter with a record of 14-18, while Kalamazoo is in last place in the Great Lakes East Division with a record of 12-20. They're 8 games back of the first place Traverse City Pittsbitters, while Rockford is 6 games back. Both these teams out of contention for a first half playoff spot with just 4 games remaining in the first half. Today's pitching matchup, it'll be the right-hander going for Kalamazoo, Tanner Knapp. He's a redshirt freshman from Kalamazoo Valley Community College, and he'll take on the Rockford Rivets ace, Ross Thompson, the redshirt junior from Heidelberg University. And Ross's last time out, he tossed a gem against these Growlers back on the 25th in the 4th game of a 4-game series at Rivet Stadium. Ross went 6 2/3, did not allow an earned run, walked 2 and struck out 2 while allowing just 4 hits. Tanner Knapp, on the other hand, his last outing came against Kenosha on the 26th, and he went 7 2/3 innings, allowing 4 earned runs, so a pretty solid start for Knapp. He is up there on the Northwoods League leaderboard for strikeouts. He ranks 3rd in the league, while he's tied for 1st with 4 wins. Knapp has an ERA of 2.32, while Thompson has an earned run average of 2.19. Those are the pitchers. These are the starting lineups. First for the visiting Rockford Rivets, managed by J.T. Scara. Josue Urdaneta is in the lineup for the first time since last Saturday. The switch hitter will play second base and lead off. Phil Matulia bats second. He'll play right field. Tommy Benson, the redshirt freshman from Triton College in his first road game as a Rivet, bats third and plays third base. Daniel Cantu bats cleanup. He's in left. Tyler Hawkins is in center field. Shamar Page, the junior from Louisiana Tech, is the DH, batting 6th. Brian Fuentes at first base, batting 7th. Brody Harding will bat 8th. The sophomore from Illinois is at shortstop. And Drew Stengren rounds it out, batting 9th and doing the catching. As for the Kalamazoo Growlers, they're managed by Cody Pachaki. They've just been introduced and taken the field. Here's their starting lineup. Anthony Calarco, the redshirt sophomore from Northwestern, is the DH, batting leadoff. Luke Storm, the freshman from Duke, will bat third and play third base. Bat second and play third base, excuse me. Brett Barrera, the freshman from Stanford, makes his debut. 4 Growlers in a row in this lineup making their debut tonight. Barrera batting third, playing second base. Jake Geloff, the freshman from the University of Virginia, bats cleanup, playing first base. Henry Gargis, the sophomore from Stanford, is in right field, batting fifth. Tate Ballestero, another Virginia Cavalier. He'll bat sixth and catch. TJ Williams, the freshman from Notre Dame, is in center field. Luke Lito, the Michigan Mr. Baseball, the high school senior committed to LSU. He's a highly touted draft prospect, so you might hear his name get called coming up here in a few weeks in Denver, Colorado. But for now, he's in the Northwoods League, batting eighth and playing left field. Dominic Patelli rounds out the order for Kalamazoo, playing shortstop and batting ninth. That's the Growlers order, and we are moments away from baseball at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Thanks for joining us on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Great Lakes East rivals doing battle. First game of this season series to be played at Homer Stryker Field in Michigan. Josue Urdaneta, the switch hitter, redshirt freshman from Indiana State, strides into the left-handed batter's box. The lines are chalked. The sun is shining, the fans are in the stands, and now it is time for baseball. Urdaneta climbs in the box, sporting blue batting gloves. Tanner Knapp working from the stretch, and the first pitch is a called strike on the outer half of the plate on a fastball, and we are underway at 6:38 p.m. Eastern Time. Urdaneta batting .289 this season with 5 RBIs. And the 1-0. He takes the next pitch inside. Looked like another fastball at 85 miles per hour. Urdaneta, the native of Maracaibo, Venezuela. 1-1 from Tanner Knapp. Fastball misses low. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. The Rivets have struggled a little bit without Urdaneta in the lineup. He battled an eye infection starting on Saturday in Kokomo. 2-1, swung in a slow roller down to first base. Geloff fields and flips to Tanner Knapp as the pitcher covers first base for out number 1. Good defensive play there from the Kalamazoo infield, and there's one down. Bases empty in the top half of the first of a scoreless ball game between Rockford and Kalamazoo. And here's Phil Matulia. Matulia, the redshirt junior from Louisiana Tech in right field today, was 5 for 12 versus Kalamazoo in the first series between these squads. Matulia was red hot then. He's cooled off a little bit now. Knapp comes set at the belt, and the first pitch to the lefty. Fastball paints the inside black, taken for a called strike 1. Interesting lineup construction for manager JT Scarra. 2 switch hitters in addition to 4 lefties. So a lefty-heavy order against the right-handed starter, Tanner Knapp. His 0-1 delivery is pulled on the ground foul up the first base line. And it is 0-2. Matulia has some serious pop, batting from the left side. Average of .333. He's got 2 homers to lead this Rivets team. Matulia adjusts his batting gloves. Steps in the left-handed batter's box. Stares out at Tanner Knapp. And here's the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss. He got him. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the first for the right-hander for Kalamazoo, Tanner Knapp. And the bases are empty for Tommy Benson. Benson, the redshirt freshman from Triton College, made his Rivets debut 2 days ago against Battle Creek with a 2-for-4 performance. He had a hit in last night's game, in addition to 2 walks. And Benson, a switch hitter, but he's batting from the right side here against Knapp, and he takes strike 1. I talked to Benson before the game, and he told me he was considering batting from the right side, even though the starter Knapp was a righty. Benson has more power from the right side. He's more comfortable batting from the right side, and he swings and misses at the next pitch. And it's quickly 0-2. Tanner Knapp, 3rd in the Northwoods League in strikeouts. He's already got 1. Quickly out in front of Benson. Knapp with the baseball already, holding the ball behind his back, gazing in at Benson. He's got the sign from Ballestero. Here comes the 0-2. misses well outside for ball one. The count is 1-2. Rivets uniforms tonight, they're dark gray traveling uniforms with gold numbers on the back and gold text across the chest that says Rockford. Kalamazoo in their home whites with navy blue trim, light blue and navy blue lettering across the chest that says Kalamazoo. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just misses outside. And the count is even at 2-2. Good eye from Benson, who started his college career at North Alabama before transferring to Wabash Valley Community College, and then he played this past season at Triton. 2-2, swing and a miss, and he is set down to end the top of the first inning. Tanner Knapp strikes out 2 batters, and we're scoreless after a half. Rivets and Growlers on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Pitched against Kalamazoo, the kick in the 0-1. Slow breaking ball paints the outside corner at 71, and it's 0-2. Nothing but strikes from Ross Thompson here. Thompson nods at the sign from Drew Stengren. The kick in the 0-2, fastball, swing and a miss for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts from Ross Thompson to start the bottom of the first inning. And that brings up Brett Barrera for his first Northwoods League at-bat with the bases empty in a scoreless ball game in the bottom of the first. So both pitchers so far with 2 strikeouts in the first inning. The Rivets were set down 1-2-3 in the first frame by Tanner Knapp. A 2-headed monster for Kalamazoo, Tanner Knapp and Adam Wheaton. First pitch to Brett Barrera, righty on righty, and a breaking ball sweeps too far outside for ball 1. Thompson gets the baseball back, holds the glove at the belt, turns and delivers the 1-0 to Barrera. He watches ball 2. Barrera, the freshman from Stanford, just joining the team today. One of 4 Growlers in a row in the order making their debut. Here's the kick in the 2-0. Fastball misses high, and it's quickly 3-0 on the 3-batter for Kalamazoo. Barrera, native of Rancho Cucamonga in California. The 3-0 pitch, and a fastball misses outside, and it's a 2-out walk issued to Brett Barrera. Thompson also did not issue a lot of walks in his first outing against the Kalamazoo Growlers. Only issued 2. Ross tends to be a fly ball pitcher, which makes things interesting tonight as the wind is blowing out to left field. So with the runner on, here's Jake Geloff, the freshman from the University of Virginia, righty on righty. Thompson from the stretch in the first pitch. Fastball called strike on the outer half. It's 0-1. Rivets and Growlers scoreless in the bottom of the first in Michigan. Thompson working all the way from the right side of the rubber, delivers the next pitch. It's tomahawked into left center field. Long run for Cantu to cut it off, and he bobbles it. And now Barrera is going to be sent around third base, and the stop sign comes up as Cantu chucks it back into the infield. But it's a double for Jake Geloff as Barrera moves to third base. So after Thompson cruises through the first two batters of the first inning, he faces trouble as he'll square off against the 5-batter, Henry Gargis. Gargis, the sophomore from Stanford, making his 2021 summer debut. Gargis, the right fielder for KZoo tonight. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher. And the first pitch from Ross Thompson is swung on and missed, and the bat goes flying over the first base dugout into the concourse, and everybody is okay. A very strange occurrence this year in the Northwoods League, but we've seen it so many times as players swinging and letting go of their bats, having the bats go flying into the stands or near the dugout. But Gargis gets a new piece of lumber. Maybe that's the same one. If it didn't break, he steps out of the left-handed batter's box, takes a practice swing before the 0-1. Brett Barrera on third base. Jake Geloff on second base. And here's the 0-1 from Ross Thompson. Fastball misses outside. For ball one, it's even at 1 apiece. The umpiring crew tonight, Scott Ginger is the home plate umpire. Travis Roberson is at first, while Sam Carey is at third. Same crew that the Rivets saw for the final 2 games of their 4-game series with Battle Creek. 1-1, swing and a miss on a vanishing curveball at just 69 miles per hour from Thompson. Gargis chased it in the dirt, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rivets arms have struggled time and time again in the first and second innings this season. They have allowed 76 runs in the first 2 innings. Thompson needs to toss up a 0 here in this first frame. Stengren sets up outside. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball hit the spot. Gargis checked his swing up. It's taken for ball 2. The count is even, 2-2. Thompson standing at 5'11", 165, bends at the waist. Gets the sign from Stengren. He comes set at the belt. The kick and the 2-2. Breaking ball tomahawked into deep right, and Matulia moves back on it and makes the grab a few steps in front of the track to end the inning. So Ross Thompson works around runners on second and third in the first, and we're scoreless through 1 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Going to the top of the second inning in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Scoreless between the Rockford Rivets and Kalamazoo Growlers. Game 33 of 72 for both sides. Just 4 games remaining in the first half of the Northwoods League season. Both these teams out of contention for a first half playoff spot, so they're playing to set themselves up for success in the second half. 4, 5, 6 due up in the Rivets order, starting with Daniel Cantu, and the left-handed batter takes a fastball outside for ball 1 from Tanner Knapp. Knapp set down the Rivets 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning with 2 strikeouts. The kick and the pitch, swung on and missed. A breaking ball that fell off the table, and the count is 1-1. Cantu, the redshirt freshman from the University of South Florida, was 5 for 8 versus the Growlers in 3 games. These two teams' first meetings. And the 1-1 fastball misses downstairs, kicks up some dust, taken for ball 2. Count is 2-1 on Cantu. The 6'3" left-handed batter, an imposing figure in the left-handed batter's box, crouches at the waist, and the 2-1 pitch is a fastball taken outside, and it's quickly 3-1. Knapp, the redshirt freshman from Kalamazoo Valley Community College, does not walk a lot of batters. He's got just 12 walks this season entering this outing. And the 3-1 misses low and away, and that's ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to the Rivets cleanup batter. Rivets nothing, Growlers nothing, top of the second inning. And now there's a runner on first base for Tyler Hawkins with no outs. Hawkins, the redshirt freshman from Louisville, batting .293 with a homer and 14 RBIs. Got great speed. 12 stolen bases, and the first pitch to Hawkins is a slider taken down and away for ball 1. Cantu, for his size on first base, has really good speed. Stands at 6'3", 215 pounds, but he takes a big lead. Knapp comes home with a 1-0. Curveball misses inside. Hawkins barely turning away from it. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Hawkins getting moved down in the order for Rivets manager JT Scara. Has typically batted either in the 2 spot or the 3 spot all season long. But now, tonight, he bats 5th. 2-0. Swing and a miss. A big hack from Hawkins. And it's 2-1. Good comeback fastball from Knapp. Sitting at 87 miles per hour there. A big part of the reason why Hawkins was moved down is he has really struggled with the strikeout. 2-1 offering, swung on and pulled on the ground to third base. Luke Storm goes to second for 1. The relay from Barrera nowhere near in time at first. So Hawkins reaches on a fielder's choice. Daniel Cantu is cut down at second for out number 1. And with 1 away and a runner on first base, here's Shamar Page. Scoreless ball game, top of the second between Great Lakes East rivals. Thanks for joining us tonight. Larry Larson in with you. Shamar Page, the junior from Louisiana Tech, is tonight's DH. A true two-way player for Rivets manager JT Scara. First pitch to him, misses outside for ball 1. Page batting .231 and a few games at the plate. He also has 3 appearances out of the bullpen for Rockford. Last of which he went 3 1/3 innings. 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken down and away to the left-handed batter. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Knapp has struggled to find the zone a little bit here in this second inning. Entered this matchup with 37 strikeouts to 12 walks. Stellar control for the righty. He comes set, and the 2-0 is a fastball that paints the outer black for a called strike 1. Page steps out of the box. Just for a brief moment, climbs back in, settles into an open batting stance, rests the bat on his shoulder, and moves it back and forth, and the 2-1 is swung on and fouled off and out of play. Count is even at 2-2. It's a unique seating setup here at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. Large grandstands down both lines with a tabletop seating bowl behind home plate. 2-2 pitch. Fastball outside in the right-handed batter's box to Page, and the count is full. Rivets being very patient with Knapp here in the second. Knapp has thrown 14 pitches. He gives a look at Hawkins on first base. And here's the payoff. Swinging a foul back, and we'll do it again. Hawkins was off with the pitch there. Hit and run was on. Page steps out of the box, adjusts his batting gloves. Rivets have lost 5 of 6 games. Yesterday they beat Battle Creek 4-1 to snap a 5-game losing streak before they hit the road on this 6-game road trip, which starts here in Michigan. Quick check on Hawkins. He moves back to the bag. Knapp steps back on the rubber, working from the left side. He gets the sign from the catcher Ballestero, and another quick check on Hawkins. He's back without a dive. Page, the Rivets left-handed batter, rocking long stirrups with his dark gray uniform. Here's another payoff from Knapp, swing and a line drive foul up the first base line. And we'll have another 3-2. Page has had a lot of good at-bats. It doesn't exactly show in his numbers with a .231 batting average. However, his on-base percentage of .412 is pretty solid. He has a tendency to work pitchers. He taps the plate, holds the bat out at Knapp. And now we're ready for another 3-2. Hawkins runs again, and the next pitch is swung on and belted into deep right. Gargis back on the track, and he reaches above his head to make the catch. Hawkins retreats back to first base, and there's 2 down. Looked like a majestic fly ball off the bat of Page, but it did not have enough to get out of the yard. Just .315 to straightaway right field. But no dice there. Scored an F9. And there's 2 down for Brian Fuentes, the 7 batter. Tyler Hawkins still on first base. We're still scoreless. The first pitch swung on and missed. Hawkins goes. The throw down is not in time. Gets into center. Hawkins is going to take off for third. And TJ Williams, the center fielder, doesn't even throw to third. So Tyler Hawkins takes 2 bases on 1 pitch. And the Rivets have the first run of the ball game 90 feet away. Hawkins with his hands on his knees, catching his breath after that one. Doug Coe, the third base coach, gives him a pat on the back. Brian Fuentes, the redshirt freshman from Indiana State, has just 4 RBIs this summer, righty on righty. And the next pitch misses outside, and the count is 1-1. Fuentes with a batting average below the Mendoza line at 193. 1-1, swing and a miss, quickly 1-2. But Fuentes' calling card this summer has been walks. He leads the team with 19, and has a solid batting average, or on-base percentage, excuse me, of .390. Here's the 1-2, fouled back, we'll have another. Tanner Knapp looking to avert trouble. Ross Thompson had to do the same in the bottom of the first. He left runners stranded on second and third to end the inning. Knapp sets at the belt and fires the 1-2, and he sets down Fuentes on a swing and a miss. First strike, 3. 3 strikeouts for Tanner Knapp through 2 scoreless innings. And it's the Rivets nothing and Growlers nothing. Going to the bottom half of the second on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Scoreless ball game in the bottom of the second inning between the Rockford Rivets and the Kalamazoo Growlers. Great Lakes East rivals in the 5th meeting of the season between the squads. Rivets own a 4-0 series lead as the Rivets swept the Growlers in 4 straight games at Rivet Stadium last week. Those 4 straight wins for the Rivets marked a season-long 4-game win streak. But the Rivets immediately followed up that win streak with a 5-game losing streak. They snapped that yesterday and looking to build momentum here on the road at Kalamazoo. Tate Ballestero steps in, and the switch batter swings and fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1. Ballestero, the sophomore from Virginia, batting 6th in the order, making his summer debut tonight. Ross Thompson kicks and deals the 0-1. Off speed, misses well outside. It's 1-1. But Ballestero, one of a few Virginia Cavaliers on this squad. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball high for ball 2, 2-1. Thompson struggling with command a little bit. He started strong in the first inning, striking out back-to-back batters before allowing a walk and a double. But he left those runners stranded. 2-1 pitch from number 21. Swung on and popped up in foul territory, and that one will find the seats. It's 2-2.
80 feet tall, weighing 4,000 pounds, and hand-carved from wood. It's the newest addition to the ballpark.
Tate Ballestero joining the team today, native of Morristown, New Jersey. Just played in 17 games for the Virginia Cavaliers this spring. 2-2. Swing and a foul back, and we'll have another 2-2. Good battle from Ballestero here. Ross Thompson threw 17 pitches back in the first inning. Now a 5-pitch at bat so far. Here's another 2-2 offering. Swung on and popped foul over the home plate grandstand again and out of the stadium. Beautiful night for baseball in southwestern Michigan. Slightly breezy, the wind blowing from right field to left field. Usually the wind blows in here in Kalamazoo. Thompson rocks and fires another 2-2 and a swing and a miss. And he sets down Tate Ballestero for out number 1 in the bottom of the second inning. Rivets and Growlers tied 0-0. 3 strikeouts now for Thompson. He's got the strikeout stuff working tonight. And now he'll face the 7 batter, TJ Williams, with the bases empty. Williams, the freshman from Notre Dame, batting .250 so far this summer with 2 RBIs. Righty on righty in the first pitch. Williams squares to bunt, pulls back, and watches a pitch outside for ball 1. Williams, a native of Maryland, throws left, bats right, and the 1-0 is a fastball that misses up and in, 2-0. That's an uncommon combination. Usually it's pretty common to see batters that bat left and throw right, but maybe not the other way around. 2-0, fastball misses in the same spot, high and inside, and is quickly 3-0 on the freshman from Notre Dame. Thompson gets the baseball back, walks around the mound, adjusts his cap a little bit. Works from the windup from the right side of the rubber, and here comes the 3-0 delivery. Fastball paints the outer black, taken for a called strike 1. Thompson doesn't have the best velocity. Fastball that tops out in the high 80s, mid 80s. Kick in the 3-1, big hack and a miss, and it's full. But tonight, Thompson has been getting that fastball breaking ball combination to work masterfully for strikeouts. Already surpassing his strikeout total of his last outing, which was 2. Here's the payoff to Williams. Swinging a foul back. We'll do it again. I wouldn't call Thompson a soft tosser, but more of a finesse pitcher. Relies on the curveball and slider combination. Sets those pitches up well with well-located fastballs. Here's another 3-2 and another foul ball back to the screen. And we'll have another 3-2 pitch. Behind home plate at Homer Stryker Field is seating protected by plexiglass. So it's not your traditional netting, but it looks a little bit like a hockey arena right behind home plate. Another payoff, swinging a drive, deep left field. Daniel Cantu goes back and watches that one fly way out of here. It's a solo home run for T.J. Williams to start the scoring tonight, and it's 1-0 Growlers in the bottom of the second. Large crowd on hand, fired up after that one. As is T.J. Williams, he skips around after he touches home plate, gets all the high fives from his teammates on his way back to the first base dugout. And here's Luke Lito.
Now batting the left fielder, number 4, from LSU, Luke Lito.
Luke Lito, the high school senior, committed to LSU, just wrapped up his high school career here in the state of Michigan. First pitch from Thompson, swinging a ground ball up the middle. The second baseman, Urdaneta, fields and throws away from Fuentes. It gets by the dugout, and Lito scampers to second base. We'll wait to see how that's scored, but either way, Luke Lito makes his way to second base, and there's a runner in scoring position for the Growlers in the bottom of the second inning after T.J. Williams started the scoring with a solo home run. Here's the 9-batter, Dominic Patelli. That will go down as a hit and an error. And the first pitch to Dominic Patelli is in there for strike one. Good bounce back from Thompson. Patelli, the freshman from Miami in Florida. The 9-batter in the order, batting below 100. Left-handed batter and the 0-1. Swinging a jam shot up the third base line. Long run for the shortstop, Harding. That drops foul. Tommy Benson, the Rivets' third baseman, didn't bother to even chase after that one. Daniel Cantu was shaded away from the left field line for the left-handed batter, Patelli. So he couldn't get there either, and that dropped just about a foot foul. So it's 0-2 on Patelli, who has really struggled this summer in 12 games, has 7 strikeouts. Thompson from the stretch, sets at the belt, looks at Lito at second base, not being held, and the 0-2 is bounced and knocked down by Stengren, taken for ball one. Good take from Patelli to lay off the chase pitch. Ross Thompson could really use a strikeout here. He's already got 3 of them tonight. Gazes in, he's got the sign from Drew Stengren. And here comes the 1-2. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back. We'll do it again. 1 run already in here in the bottom of the second inning for the Growlers on a solo home run from T.J. Williams. Well over the short porch down the left field line. It's just 291 down the line to left. Thompson holds the baseball behind his back. Long pause, and time is called by Patelli. The leadoff man, Anthony Calarco, waits on deck. Calarco 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Patelli taps the plate, digs in the left-handed batter's box. And here's another 1-2 from Thompson. Misses outside, it's 2-2. Growlers' bats have struggled the last few games. Entering tonight, scoring just 4 runs in the last 3 games off starting pitchers. The 2-2 is swung on and popped up on the infield. Now moving into foul ground on the third base line. Tommy Benson camps under it and makes the play, moving backwards towards fair territory. And that's out number 2 in the bottom of the second. So Luke Lido remains on second base, and here's the top of the order in Anthony Calarco. Growlers lead the Rivets 1-0. Thompson looking to limit the damage right there. Rockford pitchers have now allowed 77 runs in the first 2 innings of games this season. And they've done so, allowed at least 1 run. And the first pitch to Calarco misses outside, 1-0. But Rivets Arms have allowed at least 1 run in the first or second, and now 23 of 33 games. Thompson comes set, kicks and fires the 1-0, swung on and flied into center. Long run for Hawkins. He's back on it, still carrying, and gets under it in front of the track and makes the grab to end the inning. But long fly balls were abound in the bottom of the second, and one flew over the fence. A solo shot from T.J. Williams gives the Kalamazoo Growlers a 1-0 lead over the Rockford Rivets, going to the third on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the third inning, Rockford Rivets trail the Kalamazoo Growlers 1-0 on a solo home run from T.J. Williams in the bottom of the second. Rivets will look to break even against the right-hander Tanner Knapp, and they'll send up 8-9-1 in the order, starting with the left-handed batter Brody Harding. Harding, the Rivets shortstop tonight, batting .286 so far this summer. He's got some pop from the left side with a home run to his name. Brody has batted all over the order for Rivets manager J.T. Scara tonight in the lower half, and he takes a first pitch strike on a slider from Knapp, and it's 0-1. But Harding says he prefers batting in the top half of the order, but he doesn't really care. He'll bat anywhere. The 0-1 fastball misses outside, and it's 1-1. But frankly, I haven't noticed a difference in Harding's performance, whether he's batting first or second or 8th or 7th or 6th. Kicking the 1-1, swinging a line drive into center field, and a long run for Williams, and he lays out and makes a spectacular play. What a diving grab by T.J. Williams. A full-on Superman dive to rob Brody Harding of a leadoff base hit. Wow. One down, bases empty in the top of the third. Growlers lead 1-0, and here's the 9-batter, Drew Stengren. Tanner Knapp working from the stretch with the bases empty in the first pitch. Slider misses outside. Drew Stengren, the freshman from Central Michigan. Certainly familiar with the state of Michigan, playing here tonight. Here's the 1-0 to him. Breaking ball catches the inside corner, and it's even at 1 apiece. Stengren with a light batting average of .083 so far this summer, but on base percentage of .371. 1-1 delivery, swinging a chopper back to the mound. Knapp gathers it below his ankles and tosses on to first. For out number 2. Easy out there for Knapp and company. And it's 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 3rd inning with the Rivets trailing 1-0. And here's the top of the order in Josue Urdaneta. Josue is 0 for 1 with a ground out to first base in the first. Josue playing his first game since Saturday. First pitch to the left-handed batter, misses downstairs for ball 1. Josue, a natural left-hander, but throws with his right hand. Says he's more comfortable batting from the left side. And the 1-0 hits Urdaneta. Urdaneta picks up the baseball and flips it back to Tanner Knapp on his way to first base. That one hit Urdaneta on the leg, and he's jumping all around on first base trying to shake that thing off. Cam McDonald serving as the Rivets' first base coach tonight, checking in on his teammate. But now the Rivets have a 1-out base runner, or 2-out base runner, excuse me, in the top of the 3rd inning with Phil Matulia stepping in. Knapp is yet to allow a hit, but he has allowed a walk and a fielder's choice in addition to that hit batsman. And the first pitch to Phil Matulia misses low for ball 1. Rivets behind 1-0. Solo home run from TJ Williams is the difference in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Matulia, the long-haired left-handed batter, awaits the next pitch, and he swings and pops it up into shallow left field. Luke Lito moves towards the line, camps under it, and makes the grab for out number 3. So the Rivets strand Josue Urdaneta on first base after a 2-out hit by pitch, and the score holds. Growlers 1, Rivets 0 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom 3 in Kalamazoo. Rivets trailed the Kalamazoo Growlers by a score of 1-0. Ross Thompson allowing a solo home run to TJ Williams in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Otherwise has had an up and down outing. He's allowed 3 hits, stranded 3 runners on base, and he'll face 2, 3, 4 here in the bottom of the 3rd, starting with Luke Storm in the first pitch to him. Swung on and missed. Thompson took something off, looked like a bender there, and it's 0-1. Storm, a switch hitter from the left side here, struck out swinging back in the 1st. Thompson rocks and fires the 0-1. Fastball hit him. Storm kind of leaned into the pitch there a little bit. Thompson is frustrated with that, trying to communicate that to the home plate umpire. But to no avail, and the leadoff man is on in the Kalamazoo 3rd inning. So after Josue Urdaneta is hit in the top half of the 3rd, the Rivets return the favor. Certainly not intentional there. Rivets trailing 1-0 here in the third. And here's the third batter, Brett Barrera, freshman from Stanford. No official plate appearance yet this summer. He walked in the first inning. Thompson from the stretch sets at the belt. And a quick check on Storm at first base. He dives back safely. It's a sight to behold here for the Growlers. Their first base coach is juggling. Even with a runner on first base, he's got 3 bowling pins. And now the first pitch from Thompson. Breaking ball in there for a called strike on the outer half. It's 0-1 on Barrera. The lights have been flipped on here in Kalamazoo at Homer Stryker Field. Sun not quite set yet. And Thompson throws another time to check on Storm. Back safely. Thompson gets the baseball back, steps on the right side of the rubber, comes set at the belt. Righty on righty, and the kick in the 0-1. Breaking ball chopped slowly down to third base, bounces foul. Benson fielded that after it bounced right on the chalk line. It was moving into foul territory. And now the count is 0-2 on Barrera. Barrera played in 24 games this spring for the Stanford Cardinal. Batted a light .215, but has a lot of power. He had 4 home runs. Made 2 pinch hit appearances in the College World Series. Here's the 0-2 offering from Thompson. Fastball fouled off to the right side, well out of play. As the first base coach continues to juggle here in Kalamazoo. In between innings, he was juggling, I want to say, about 8 balls in his hands. That was very impressive. Now it's just 3 blue bowling pins. Thompson sets, and another check on Storm. The throw was hopped over there, but Fuentes picked it out of the dirt. Storm is safe. Rivets behind 1-0. Bottom of the third inning. Ross Thompson, the Rivets ace so far this summer, allowing 1 early run. 0-2, slow chopper down to third again. This time it stays fair, gloved by Benson, and the throw to first is in time. Fuentes with a stretch, and he throws to second base, where Storm dives back safely after taking a brief round to third base. And there's 1 down. Good play by Benson. His only play was at first base. Didn't even make a motion towards second on that slow roller. And now there's a runner in scoring position for the cleanup batter, Jake Geloff, the freshman from the University of Virginia. Geloff doubled his first time up into the gap in left center field. Righty on righty. Thompson looks at the runner and comes home. Swing and a miss, and the pitch gets away from Stengren. So Storm moves up to third base. So another run is just 90 feet away for the Growlers. Storm, a big fella, but moves well for his size. Stands at 6'5", 235. Now he's on third base, and the Rivets infield comes in. And a 0-1 count on Jake Geloff. The set and the pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. And it's 0-2. Good crowd on hand here on this Friday night. Southwest Michigan. Fireworks to follow the game. Always good crowds for fireworks nights. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. And a big strikeout for Ross Thompson is out number 2 in the bottom of the third inning. Luke Storm remains on third base, and the inning falls into the hands of Henry Gargis. And now the first base coach is juggling with lit torches. Wow. Henry Gargis climbs in the left-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 1, and the first pitch to him misses outside. And yes, the lit torch juggling still goes on while the pitch is being thrown. Gargis flied out to deep right field his first time with runners on second and third. Can he come through here? Here's the 1-0 from Thompson. Fastball misses above the letters, taken for ball 2. Gargis, one of 3 lefties in this Growlers order. It's a new look order for the Growlers, much different than the last time that Thompson faced him. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Gargis with an aggressive hack on 2-0, and the count is 2-1. But Thompson earned Northwoods League Pitcher of the Night back on June 25th for his start against the Growlers. Did not allow a run. The 2-1, another hack and a miss, and it's back even at 2 apiece. Thompson's fastball has been really tough on Growlers hitters tonight. Usually it's not enough to overpower batters, but tonight it has been. Thompson sets at the belt. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball called. Strike 3 on the outer black. And Ross leaves a runner on third base to end the bottom of the third. So the score remains Growlers 1, Rivets nothing. Cruising along to the 4th on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 4th inning in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rivets behind Great Lakes East rival, the Kalamazoo Growlers, by a score of 1-0. The difference is a solo home run in the bottom of the 2nd. Hit by T.J. Williams, the Growlers center fielder. A look at other Northwoods League action tonight. Kenosha is in Traverse City, and the first half division title is on the line there, as Kenosha is 2 games behind Traverse City with 4 games left in the first half. Tommy Benson climbs in, and the first pitch to him misses inside. 3-4-5 due up for the Rivets here in the top of the 4th. Benson is 0 for 1, struck out swinging to end the first inning. Tanner Knapp out for a 4th inning of work, has not allowed a hit yet. Next pitch misses inside, and it's 2-0. Right now, Traverse City ahead of Kenosha by a score of 2-1 in the bottom of the 2nd. Other Great Lakes East action, Battle Creek and Kokomo tied at 2 apiece in Indiana in the bottom of the 4th. Tanner Knapp from the stretch, and the 2-0, tailing breaking ball misses well outside, and it's 3-0 on Benson. Benson is a switch hitter, but batting from the right side against the righty Knapp. He did the same back in the first inning. Here's the 3-0, swing and a miss. It was a home run hack from Benson. He came up empty, and the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. I don't hate that swing from Benson. Very shallow left field here at Homer Stryker Field. 291 to left field. 3-1 is another hack and a miss, and the count is full.
One strike away from half off. Cool Light and Root Beer, make some noise.
Benson is the beer batter tonight here in Kalamazoo, so the fans are fired up. Can Knapp get the fans discounted beer? Here's the payoff pitch, and it's a slow roller down to third base. Luke Storm charges and can't grab it. So Benson is aboard with a hit.
Now man, the left fielder, number 27 from the
That'll be an error on Kalamazoo.
10-2.
So the no-hitter remains intact for Tanner Knapp on a slow roller from Tommy Benson, but regardless, the Rivets have the leadoff man on, trailing 1-0 in the top of the fourth. Here's Daniel Cantu, and the first pitch to him is a fastball that tails too far outside to the lefty. It's 1-0. Cantu walked his first time and was cut down at second base on a fielder's choice. Benson with good speed on first. We'll see if he steals here, and the 1-0. Off speed, misses outside, and it's 2-0. Benson not going all the way back to the first base bag in between pitches. Tanner Knapp gives him a look. Sets below the letters, and the 2-0 pitch is a called strike. Snap throw down to first. Not in time. The count is 2-1. Knapp went back to the outside. Got a piece of the zone there. Good comeback pitch. Cantu, an imposing figure in the left-handed box, but he's not a dead pull batter. 2-1. Another breaking ball, another called strike on the outer half, and it's even at 2-2. So I suppose that Kalamazoo doesn't pick a beer batter, it's just a beer inning. So if Knapp gets a strikeout in the inning, the fans get discounted beer. Here's the pitch, it's swung on and lifted, deep left field. Luke Lito back on the track, into the corner, and he reaches and can't make the catch, but it's a foul ball. Luke Lito having maybe a difficult time navigating that weird left field corner, but he was in a full sprint there. Cantu, if he kept that fair, there's a chance that was a home run. That one landed just to the left of the 306 sign below the left field foul pole. Cantu's definitely got the power to hit an opposite field home run. But now the count is even at 2-2 strikes. Tanner Knapp gives a look at Benson. And the 2-2 offering. Swing and a ground ball foul. We'll do it again. Cantu has yet to hit a home run this summer. He belted 8 of them for the USF Bulls in their run to the NCAA Super Regionals. Cantu has come through with knocks before against the Growlers. Had a walk-off hit back on June 24th. And the 2-2 misses downstairs. Fans thought that was enough for strike 3, but instead the count is full at 3-2 strikes. Here's the set and the payoff pitch. It misses inside. There goes Benson. And he swipes second, but it does not matter, as that was ball 4. The catcher, Tate Ballestero, wanted the home plate umpire, Scott Ginger, to appeal down to Travis Roberson at first base as Cantu checked his swing up a little bit, but he did not go around. And back-to-back runners reach to start the Rockford fourth. They trail 1-0, but that could change with a base hit as Tyler Hawkins, the 5 batter, climbs in. Hawkins reached on a fielder's choice his first time. Righty on righty, the first pitch, he squares to bunt, pulls back, and watches a breaking ball outside for ball 1. The corners are shaded in for Kalamazoo, while the middle infield is shaded at double play depth. The shortstop, Dominic Pitelli, shaded a little bit towards the bag to hold on Benson. Knapp gives Benson a look and now delivers the 1-0 pitch. Hawkins sends a bunt right back to the pitcher, Knapp. He fields with two hands and throws to first in time, where Hawkins is retired. But both runners move up 90 feet. Benson to third base, Daniel Cantu to second. And that's just the first out of the inning on a sacrifice bunt. Hawkins, for as much power as he has, drops down a lot of bunts. Does so there, gets the job done, and here's Shamar Page, who sent a towering fly ball to the warning track back in the second inning. Wind knocked that ball down a little bit. I thought it had a chance to get out of here. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. First pitch to Page. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. And that fly ball came after a very long battle between Knapp and Page. Was a 3-2 pitch. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Knapp got him on the breaker there. It was a slow swing from Page. Count is even at 1. 4 games remain in the first half. Both these teams out of contention for a playoff spot, but these games do matter. 1-1, swing and a miss. Another breaking ball. Page tipped a piece of it, but right back into the glove of Ballestero. Now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. The fans are on the edge of their seats as discounted beer is on the line here. Knapp has struck out 3 batters, none yet this inning. The kick and the 1-2, swinging a foul back. Out of play, and we'll do it again. Page has a great contact skill. Can foul off essentially as many pitches as he wants to in search for a pitch he can drive. Here's another 1-2 from Tanner Knapp. Swinging a chopper back to the pitcher off the glove of Knapp, goes right to the second baseman Barrera, and he throws to first in time to get Page, but Tommy Benson comes in to score, and we are tied at 1 in the top of the 4th. So it's an RBI ground out for Shamar Page. I'll go ahead and score at 1-4-3. Page picks up his first RBI of the summer. We've got a brand new ball game in the 4th frame. Here's Brian Fuentes with the runner on third base and 2 down. Fuentes 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He swings at the first pitch, lines it into right center field, but the right fielder Gargis shades towards center and makes the grab to end the inning. But the Rivets tie it up on a ground out from Shamar Page to score Tommy Benson, and it's 1-1. Going to the bottom half of the 4th on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Rockford Rivets 1, Kalamazoo Growlers 1. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rivets pulling even with the Growlers with an unearned run in the top of the 4th inning. Shamar Page bringing home Tommy Benson on a ground out. Benson started the inning by reaching on an error. The Rivets are still hitless, but really the only column that matters on the scoreboard is that runs column. And that hits column really has not come into play all that much. Ross Thompson, the Rivets' right-handed starter, back out there for inning number 4. He's allowed 3 hits on just 1 run, and his first pitch to Tate Ballestero misses low, or catches a piece of the zone, low and outside, and it's 0-1. He rocks and fires. Swinging a foul straight back, and it's quickly 0-2. Thompson at 57 pitches, not his most efficient work. The one blemish on his line is a solo home run by TJ Williams in the second. Here's the 0-2 offering. Breaking ball gets a piece of Ballestero, and he will head on down to first base with a hit by pitch. So back-to-back innings starting with a hit batsman for Kalamazoo. And the leadoff man is on for T.J. Williams, who hit that aforementioned towering blast over the left field wall for Kalamazoo's only run. That was the second home run of the season for Williams. His 3rd RBI. Righty-on-righty matchup here. Thompson has the sign. And here's the first pitch. Williams squares to bunt and drops it foul. Count is 0-1. Some smoke from the grills moves over Homer Stryker Field. A large grandstand on the first base side covers up those grills, but we can see the smoke. We can smell it too. Smells pretty good. Thompson sets at the belt. And the 0-1 to TJ Williams. Breaking ball, check swing, popped up on the infield. Thompson ranges off the mound, makes the catch, throws to first in time. A great double play by Thompson, who made an over-the-shoulder catch on that low pop-up. And Ballestero was too far off the bag, and he's doubled off. Ross Thompson with a phenomenal defense on the mound. Usually pitchers are quick to shy away from catching those pop flies, but Thompson made that catch about 6 steps to his right of the mound. Here's Luke Lito, and the first pitch, fastball misses up and away for ball 1. Lito, the left-handed batter, one of 3 lefties for manager Cody Pachaki in his order. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a drive past a diving Brian Fuentes into right field. Lito breaks down his steps around first base, and it's the second single of the day for the LSU commit. High school senior making his Homer Stryker Field debut tonight in 2-for-2 fashion so far. So with the score tied at 1 apiece in the bottom of the 4th and a runner on first base, here's Dominic Patelli. Patelli, the shortstop for the Growlers, popped out to third base for the second out of the second inning. First pitch to the lefty, Lito goes, pitch misses outside, throw down to second base, not in time, it gets into center field, but Lito will stay put. It's a stolen bag for the speedy outfielder. Luke Lito, the reigning Michigan Mr. Baseball. Lito just graduated from Portage Central High School. And the pitch to Patelli is a called strike on the outer half. Count is even at 1-1. Patelli with just 3 RBIs in now 13 games this summer. Has a chance for one here. Lito with good speed on second. Pause and the 1-1 from Thompson. Fastball downstairs, ball 2. Beautiful night for baseball in Kalamazoo. Temperature hovering around 70 degrees. The sun is shining through some clouds. I would call this sky mostly sunny. 2-1 from Thompson. Pitch misses outside, and it's 3-1 on Patelli. Thompson at 66 pitches, 11 in this frame. He comes set at the belt. Here's the 3-1. Swinging a liner into left field, and can't track it down. It one-hops the wall. Luke Lito around third base. He comes in to score, and Patelli chugs into second with an RBI double. Kalamazoo goes back ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Looked like Thompson was maybe going to escape trouble after putting the leadoff man on, but not so. Patelli comes through with a nice opposite field shot, and the Growlers lead once again. Ross Thompson been knocked around a little bit tonight. That's the 5th hit he's allowed. Here's the leadoff man, Anthony Kolarko. Left-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, and the first pitch. Fastball misses inside. A little extra juice from Thompson there at 88 miles per hour. Doesn't work to his advantage. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. But as the skies are mostly clear out in the distance for a few moments, you could see some hot air balloons here in Kalamazoo. 1-0. Fastball called strike on the lower half of the zone to Kolarko. And it's 1-1. Kolarko, the redshirt sophomore from Northwestern, native of Wilmette, Illinois. 1-1 offering, high chopper up the first base side. Fuentes fields, bobbles, and can't handle it. And now Patelli a long way off third base. The throw not in time to get him. But the bobble from Fuentes cost the Rivets the out. And the inning continues now with runners on the corners. That'll go down as an error on Fuentes. Fuentes getting ready to flip the ball to Thompson, but had butterfingers. And a choppy inning for Ross Thompson will not end here. Here's Luke Storm. He's 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout and a hit by pitch in the 3rd inning. The freshman from Duke batting .306. Got to figure he'll get some All-Star votes in the upcoming Northwoods League All-Star game. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball misses outside. The All-Star break in the Northwoods League starts on July 19th. It comes well after the official first half of the season ends, though. 1-0. Fastball dots the outer corner, taken for a called strike 1. Storm was left stranded on third base in the 3rd, rocking high navy blue socks with his white home uniform. 1-1 from Thompson. Swing and a miss on a curveball in the dirt. And the count is 1-2. Thompson has struck out 5 Growlers tonight. He didn't record a lot of strikeouts in his last outing against Kalamazoo on June the 25th when he set down just 2 batters on strikes. Here's the 1-2 as the runner goes, swinging a ground ball to second base. Gobbled up by Urneda. He throws to first in time, and the inning is over. But Ross Thompson gives up an RBI double to Dominic Patelli, and the Growlers pull ahead once again. And the score is the Growlers 2, Rockford Rivets 1 after 4 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 5th inning in Kalamazoo with the Growlers in front of the Rockford Rivets by a score of 2-1. No crooked numbers in any inning so far. Rivets scoring their 1 run in the top of the 4th inning. Growlers responded with an RBI double by Dominic Patelli to retake the lead 2-1. Brody Harding, Drew Stengren, Josue Urdaneta will come to the plate to face Tanner Knapp here in the 5th. And the first pitch to Harding misses low. Knapp, the right-hander from Kalamazoo Valley Community College, entered this start tied for first in the Northwoods League in wins. Also 3rd in the league in strikeouts. Here's the 1-0. Misses down and away, ball 2. Brody Harding is 0 for 1 with a line out into center. He was robbed by a Superman dive from TJ Williams in shallow center. 2-0. Fastball paints the outside corner. Taken for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on the sophomore from Illinois. Brody in the left-handed batter's box looks out and watches the next pitch up and in. It's 3-1. Brody not the largest in stature, standing at 5'10" in the left-handed batter's box. Slightly open batting stance. Here's the 3-1, swinging a ground ball up the middle past a diving Patelli at shortstop into center for a leadoff single for Rockford. Brody Harding is now 1 for 2. And here's Drew Stengren, the 9 batter.
Now batting the catcher, number 15 from Central Michigan University, Drew Stengren.
Rivets trailing 2-1 to Great Lakes East rival Kalamazoo. Rivets lead the season series 4-0. And now the trainer is going to come out of the first base dugout to check on Dominic Patelli, who is a little shaken up after his diving attempt at that ball. So Brody Harding just slapped it past him. And Patelli put his body on the line for that one. That's something that Kalamazoo has had no hesitation doing tonight. Patelli squatting in the outfield grass just beyond the lip of the infield, to the left of second base. Now Patelli is up back on his feet, and he's going to walk it off a little bit. Unsure where he was injured, but he did take a lunging dive, and now the trainer and Kalamazoo manager Cody Pachaki will head back to the dugout. Drew Stengren, the 9 batter, due up here, the freshman from Central Michigan. 0 for 1 with a ground out back to the pitcher in the 3rd. Stengren originally walked up to "Dude looks like a lady." And I would in fact argue that Drew Stengren does not look like a lady. In fact, there are probably a handful of other Rivets players on this team that look more like a lady than Drew Stengren. Phil Matulia comes to mind with long blonde hair. He's the 2nd batter in the order. First pitch to Stengren, swing and a miss. Harding takes off for second. The throw goes into center field. Harding got a bad jump, and a good throw from Tate Ballestero behind the plate would have been enough to get him, but he airmailed Brett Barrera, the 2nd baseman, and the Rivets have the tying run on second base. It's a pitcher's duel, so any base runner is certainly valuable. Rivets trailing by 1 here in the 5th. The count is 0-1 on Stengren. Harding dancing around on second base. Snap comes home, and the pitch misses inside, 1-1. The leadoff man, Josue Urdaneta, waits on deck. Stengren has just 1 RBI this summer and just 2 hits. Here's the 1-1. He lays off a tailing breaking ball, taken for strike 2. On the back door from Knapp, a well-located pitch would have been tough for Stengren to hit. But if you're a right-handed batter with a runner in scoring position, you probably need to be thinking something to the opposite field. And the pitch, Stengren fouls it off. And it's still 1-2. But the reason for that is if you hit a ball into right field, that's the longest throw on the field, is the right fielder throwing to home plate. Would give the runner on second base an advantage. Brody Harding takes his lead off the second base bag. And the 1-2 from Knapp misses inside. The lights are now all the way warmed up at Homer Stryker Field. 8:01 in the Eastern Time Zone. Knapp comes home with a 2-2. Fastball misses low at 86 miles per hour. Good take by Stengren. That was right on the border, but the Rockford catcher knows the strike zone just as well as anybody. And the count is run full. Stengren has a very low batting average, but has a great eye at the plate. And now the 3-2 from Knapp. Swinging a fly ball into shallow right. Gargis takes some steps in, makes the grab above his head. Harding doesn't even fake towards third base. And that's the first out of the 5th inning. Growlers 2, Rockford Rivets 1. Runner on second base for Josue Urdaneta. Josue is 0 for 1, hit with a pitch his last time. As soon as Josue joined the team, you could tell he was going to provide a spark. Great speed, switch hitter, hits well from both sides, has a great contact skill. First pitch from Knapp misses outside. Urdaneta batting from the left side against the righty Knapp. Josue came through with a clutch base hit against these Growlers in game 1 of a doubleheader on June 24th to tie the game in the 9th inning. Here's the 1-0, swinging a fly ball foul, well out of the stadium. And the count is 1-1. But in that at-bat, there was a runner on third base. Josue knew what he needed to do. Batting from the right side, slapped one on the ground through the hole on the right side. Great piece of hitting to tie the game. 1-1. Fastball misses just a hair inside, and it's 2-1 on Josue. But that base hit completed a 3-run comeback for Rockford. They would later win on a knock from Daniel Cantu to put up 4 in the bottom of the 9th. 2-1, slow roller to second base. Barrera charges, gloves, throws in time to beat a speedy Urdaneta at first base. That's as good as a bunt as Brody Harding moves up to third base on the play. And there's 2 down for Phil Matulia. Matulia 0 for 2 tonight. 5 for 14 against Kalamazoo this summer. Matulia steps in the left-handed batter's box. Rivets behind 2-1 to Kalamazoo, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. Matulia is a line drive hitter, but he has hit some lasers out of the ball yard. Got 2 home runs this season. One in Kokomo was a towering shot. And the 0-1 is cut on and missed. Quickly 0-2. And Matulia's other home run came at Rivet Stadium. A low line drive got out to the shallow right field porch. Another right field porch here in Kalamazoo. 3:15 down the right field line. The righty Knapp sets at the belt. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, off speed. Misses outside, taken for ball 1. But Matulia's approach is swing early and counts. He doesn't try to disguise that. He likes to jump on early fastballs especially. The 1-2, swinging a jam shot pop fly right back to the pitcher Knapp. He gets under it and makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Rivets strain Brody Harding on third base. And Kalamazoo still holds a 1-run lead. The score is 2-1. Growlers on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network, going to the bottom of the 5th. Bottom 5 at Homer Stryker Field in Kalamazoo. The Growlers in front of the Rivets by a score of 2-1. Growlers struck first with a solo home run from T.J. Williams in the bottom of the second inning, and then pulled back ahead after the Rivets tied it in the top of the fourth with an RBI double from Dominic Patelli in the bottom of the fourth. Rivets starter Ross Thompson is still out there for a fifth inning of work. As throwing begins in the Rivets bullpen, Tyler Horvath, the lefty, getting loose. Ross Thompson at 74 pitches through 4 innings of work. Not his most efficient, but he has been good. Has set down 5 Growlers on strikes. He faces Brett Barrera here, the 3-batter, righty on righty, and the first pitch is a called strike on a backdoor breaking ball, 0-1. 3-4-5 due up for the Growlers. Barrera is 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out. Thompson from the windup, the 0-1. Slider misses well outside, and it's 1-1. Ross joined the Rockford Rivets squad last summer, just for a few weeks. 1-1, swinging a foul back. It's 1-2. But Ross came on the squad after the Rivets went on a 5-day COVID pause in which they had to rebuild their entire roster. All 30 players on the roster departed, including the entire coaching staff, so the Rivets had to materialize a team out of thin air. 1-2, misses way outside. Stengren out of his crouch to snag it. The count is even at 2-2 on Barrera. But Thompson got picked up. His coach got him a spot on the Rivets squad, and he made a good impression on JT Scarra. 2-2, fastball shot into center field. Tailing away from the center fielder Hawkins, and he cuts it off. He chucks it back into the infield and overthrows the second baseman. But Barrera will remain on first base, and it's a leadoff base knock for the freshman from Stanford. That's hit number 6 on the night for Kalamazoo. They've been knocking around Thompson a little bit. They lead 2-1, and here's Jake Geloff. Geloff is 1 for 2 with a double back in the first inning. But Thompson pitched so well in his 2 weeks with the team last summer that JT Scarra invited him back for this summer. First pitch to Geloff, backdoor breaking ball, misses outside, throw down to first, not in time. Barrera getting his jersey full of dirt down there, he brushes it off. But I'm sure JT Scarra is very happy that he invited Thompson back, because he has been pretty much the only consistent Rivet starter. He comes set at the belt, and a pickoff throw to first base. Barrera dives in the dirt again, back safely. Thompson entering tonight's outing with a 2.19 ERA. And nobody else in the starting rotation has had a comparable mark in that category. Here's the 1-0, big hack and a miss from Geloff, and it's 1-1. Another good Rivet starter, Jace Warkentine, had a very up and down first half, and he was only on a first half contract. He made his final start of the season last night in a Rivets win. Here's the 1-1, fastball cut on and missed. Up in the zone, another big swing from Geloff, and it's 1-2. Warkentine went 7 1/3 last night, allowing just 1 run to Battle Creek. Rivets came out with a 4-1 victory to snap a 5-game losing skid just in the nick of time before a 6-game road trip. The 1-2 swung on and popped up. Behind the plate, Drew Stengren gives chase, gives it a look, and watches it fall into the patio tables behind home plate. Ross Thompson gets a new baseball, struts back to the mound, steps behind the rubber, and now settles in from the right side of the slab, leans back a little bit. He's got the sign from Stengren. And here's another 1-2 to Jake Geloff. It's on the way. Swinging a foul tip off of Drew Stengren. Stengren got a piece of that off of his hand, I think. And he stands there with his hands on his knees, and now JT Scare is going to come out to check on his catcher. The trainer will come out from the first base dugout as well, and now Stengren, after gathering himself, waves off JT Scarra back to the third base dugout. So Rivets manager pulls a U-turn. The trainer makes the trip all the way out there and talks it over with Stengren. He's all good. Scott Ginger, the home plate umpire, brushes off home plate. The count is still 1-2 on Geloff, the cleanup batter for Kalamazoo. Brett Barrera remains on first base. Growlers ahead 2-1 on Rockford. Ross Thompson sets at the belt. And now another 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss, he got him. 6 Ks for the redshirt junior from Heidelberg. And there's one down in the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting your right fielder, number 8 from Stanford University, Henry Gargas.
Henry Gargas climbs in now. Gargas, the left-handed batter, is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a strikeout looking. Making his summer debut tonight. The fans make some noise as a gentleman giving away some t-shirts walks through the stands. And the first pitch to Gargas, swung on and lifted down the left field line, trailing foul. Bounces into an open concourse area. And now the fan walking through the concourse, or I believe it's a staff member for Kalamazoo, is trying to get the crowd fired up. He's doing a pretty good job. Thompson sets, and now the 0-1 to Gargas, and a quick check on Barrera off of first base. And now the gentleman walking around is waving a t-shirt around. He's throwing his hands in the air, screaming at the top of his lungs. He's fired up. And now the 0-1 from Thompson, swung on and grounded down to first base. Fuente steps on the bag for one, the throw to second in time to get Barrera, who did not slide at second. Maybe you didn't expect the throw, but nonetheless, it's an inning ending, 3-6. Double play. Ross Thompson tosses another 0 on the board, and the score remains Kalamazoo Growlers 2, Rockford Rivets 1 after 5 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 6th inning in Kalamazoo. Rivets trailing the Growlers 2-1. A quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard around the Northwoods League. Traverse City trails Kenosha at home in the bottom of the 4th inning. Kenosha trailing Traverse City by 2 games for that first half division lead. And that matters a bunch because The winner of the first half gets a spot in the playoffs. Kokomo leads Battle Creek 4-2 in the bottom of the sixth at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. Lakeshore in front of Green Bay 2-1 in the bottom of the second at Capco Park. Tanner Knapp out for inning number 6, and he'll face Tommy Benson to start the inning. The first pitch misses outside. Benson, the 3-batter, 3-4-5 due up for the Rivets. But Benson took his first 2 at-bats against Knapp from the right side, and now he takes his third from the left side. Interesting approach. And the 1-0 misses low for ball 2. Benson has taken a very patient approach with Knapp. Has gone deep in counts in both of his plate appearances. Strikeout in the first and reached on an error and came around to score in the fourth. He swings the next pitch and sends a towering pop fly down the first base line. Geloff dances around and gives way for Brett Barrera, who shades over to the line and makes the grab. First out of the inning in the top of the sixth for Rockford. They trail 2-1. And the bases are empty for Daniel Cantu. I'm not sure that I've ever seen a batter bat from both sides of the plate against the same handed pitcher in a game. First pitch to Cantu. Fastball taken for a called strike on the outer half, 0-1. Cantu has reached base twice tonight, both on walks. Cantu has reached base now in all 10 games as a Rivet. He shoots the next pitch down the left field line, trailing foul. So it's quickly 0-2 on the power left-handed hitter from USF. But I asked Benson in batting practice, I said, which side do you like better? And he said, definitely the right side. I might bat righty tonight. So he did so against Knapp. Decided to mix it up that next time. The 0-2 is laced into right field on a line for a single for Cantu. Rivets have a 1-out base runner in the top of the sixth inning, and here's Tyler Hawkins. Just the second hit of the night for Rockford. The first hit came in the top of the fifth inning off the bat of Brody Harding. But the Rivets manufactured a run without recording a hit in the fourth, as Benson reached on an error and came around to score on a ground out. Here's the first pitch to Tyler Hawkins. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Hawkins reached on a fielder's choice in the second, had a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. Knapp from the stretch, comes set at the belt, and the 0-1. Curveball, wave and a miss, 0-2. Hawkins with a slow swing there. But Tyler is generally the hardest swinger on this Rivets team. Gets his money's worth with every hat. Knapp comes set, slightly closed stance, the 0-2. Curveball laced foul into the concourse behind the grandstand off the first base side. Still 0-2. Hawkins getting moved down in the order today, so maybe a little less pressure on him. Righty on righty, another 0-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Caught by Ballestero. And Hawkins is sent down on strikes. Fourth strikeout for Tanner Knapp against the Rivets today. And frankly, that's quite impressive for Rockford, considering that Knapp is third in the league in strikeouts entering tonight's action. 2 down, runner on first base is Daniel Cantu as Shamar Page steps in. Growlers 2, Rivets 1. Top of the sixth inning. Shamar Page is 0 for 2, but he's got the lone Rivets RBI, and he takes a first pitch fastball on the outer corner for a called strike 1. Page sent a tapper back to the pitcher. It bounced over the head of Knapp after it bounced off of his glove to the second baseman Barrera. It allowed Benson to come home and score from third base. The 0-1 is grounded up the middle into center field for a 2-out base knock. Shamar Page is 1 for 3. And the Rivets have 2 on with 2 out here in the sixth. Rivets starting to figure out Tanner Knapp the third time through the order. Nobody's up in the Growlers bullpen quite yet, but there is some stirring. No throwing. On the other hand, Tyler Horvath is warming up for the Rivets down the third base line. Here's Brian Fuentes, Cantu on second, Page on first. Righty on righty. And the first pitch to the redshirt freshman from Indiana State swung on and fouled back. 0-1. Fuentes is 0 for 2 with a swinging strikeout and a fly out to right field. Tanner Knapp at 99 pitches now. Here's his 100th. A breaking ball hammered down the left field line, hooking foul. Every time there is a high fly ball or a line drive well hit into the outfield in Kalamazoo, you just can't help but get excited, especially to left field. Just 291 down the left field line. Tailor-made for exciting baseball. But Knapp out ahead of Fuentes, 0-2. The pause, and Knapp turns and looks Cantu back at second base, not being held on. A base hit here from Fuentes could tie the game at 2 apiece. Knapp sets at the belt. Crowd makes some noise. Here's the 0-2. Misses in the dirt. Blocked by Ballestero. And it's 1-2. Big spot in this game. You got to figure this will be Knapp's last inning of work. He gazes in for the sign. He's got it. Ballestero sets up low. Here's the 1-2, swinging a foul off. And it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good swing by Fuentes to spoil that pitch. Brian, a really good power bat for Indiana State this spring, belted 4 home runs. Has yet to hit one this summer. Here's another 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside. Good take by Fuentes. Knapp trying to get him to chase, but no dice. It's 2-2. Knapp, the redshirt freshman from Kalamazoo Community College, deals the 2-2. It misses outside again, not even close. And the count is full at 3-2. There is an arm almost ready in the Kalamazoo bullpen. Should Knapp lose Fuentes here? He had him 1-2. Now the count is full. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a fly ball into center field. Playable for TJ Williams. He hops underneath it and makes the grab, and the inning is over. The Rivets strand 2 runners on base in the top of the 6th. And it's still Growlers 2, Rivets 1, going to the bottom half of the 6th frame on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the 6th inning in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Rivets behind Great Lakes East rival Kalamazoo by a score of 2-1. And Ross Thompson's day is over. The Rivets starter went 5 innings, allowing 2 earned runs. And Tyler Horvath, the lefty from University of Illinois at Springfield, comes on in relief. He possesses an ERA of 4.35 in 10 1/3 innings. This is his final week with the team as he's just on a first-half contract. His last appearance, Horvath allowed 2 runs, hit 2 batters with the bases loaded against Battle Creek on June 30th. He faces Tate Ballestero in the first pitch. Misses downstairs, taken for ball 1. Ballestero, a switch hitter, batting from the right side for the first time tonight. He is 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a strikeout. He swings and misses at the next offering. That's back even at 1-1. Horvath possesses a fastball in the mid-80s. It's a 2-seamer, as well as a curveball and a slider. The kick in the 1-1. Fastball cut on and missed, and it's 1-2. It's the final complete line on Thompson. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts on 87 pitches. Horvath kicks and delivers the 1-2. Fastball tails too far outside, 2-2. But another solid outing from Ross Thompson. Every time he pitches, he gives the Rivets an opportunity to win the game. Here's the 2-2. He got him. Swing and a miss on a fastball tailing away from the righty Ballestero. And there's 1 down in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting the center fielder from Notre Dame University, number 5, TJ.
Rivets behind 2-1, thanks to an RBI double by Dominic Patelli in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here's TJ Williams, who started this scoring today with a solo home run in the bottom of the 2nd. First pitch, fastball misses down and in, ball 1. Williams, the freshman from Notre Dame, batting from the right side. Horvath, the southpaw, working from the stretch with nobody on, and the 1-0 is flied into right field. Long run for Matulia, and he tracks it down mid-stride, and he can't make the catch. Williams on his horse, he cruises into second base. Matulia with his hands on his knees and right, and claps his hands together as he knows the mistake he just made. And that'll have to go as an error, I'm sure, on Matulia. The 3rd error of the game on Rockford. And here's Luke Lido. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball misses up and in for ball 1. So a 2-base error for Rockford. We'll see if it's costly. Lido is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Here's the 1-0 to the high school senior. Fastball misses down and away. It's 2-0. But Lido making his home debut tonight for Kalamazoo. A highly touted prospect. A name that a lot of people know around the state of Michigan. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a jam shot foul ball into the grandstand below us. And it's 2 balls and 1 strike. At one point before COVID, Lido was considered a consensus first-round draft pick, but his stock has fallen a little bit after COVID. 2-1 pitch, fastball misses up and in. Lido leans back. The count is 3-1. But Lido is committed to play for Louisiana State. So even if he doesn't get drafted, he's got a great option there. Kicking the 3-1, swinging a tapper up the first base line, and it rolls foul. Horvath fell off the mound, trying to dismount the mound, heading to first base to cover. He's got a lot of dirt on his pants now. He brushes some of that off. And now the count is run full on the Growlers left fielder. But the thing that impresses me the most about Lido is he just looks like he's got a professional approach from the left side. Doesn't look nervous at all. It's a very deliberate approach. Steps out of the box, takes some hacks. Now he's back in. And a pause, and now the payoff from Tyler Horvath. Fastball, tapped foul. We'll do it again. One out in the bottom of the sixth. TJ Williams stands on second base after an error on the right fielder Phil Matulia on a fly ball that was playable for him. Horvath sets at the letters and fires another payoff pitch. Fastball popped up on the third base side, out of play, and we'll have another 3-2. Horvath with a very pronounced leg kick, even with runners on. Horvath with a long pause. Now he's got the sign. Sets and turns and throws a pickoff throw into second base, and the throw gets into center field, but Williams didn't realize it. It looked like Williams was caught leaning, but the throw was very bad from Horvath. And Urdaneta, or I believe it was Brody Harding taking the throw there, did a pretty good job of not letting Williams know that the throw had gotten away. So the Rivets get away with a mistake. And now another payoff pitch from Horvath to Lido. It's on the way. Popped up on the infield, shallow second base. Urdaneta charges in on the grass, makes the play head high. And that is out number 2. Williams stays put on the second base bag. And now there's 2 down for Dominic Pitelli, the freshman from Miami, who owns the go-ahead double that came back in the 4th inning. Rivets behind 2-1. Great pitchers duel between Ross Thompson and Tanner Knapp, the 2 starters. Thompson now out of the game. And here's the first pitch from Tyler Horvath to Pitelli. Pitelli squares the bunt, drops it up the third base line. It's a good one. Benson is going to watch it roll, and it stays fair. One of the best bunts you'll ever see from Dominic Pitelli, dropping it down with 2 outs. And he bunts for a hit. Williams moves up to third, and there are runners on the corners for the leadoff man, Anthony Calarco. Calarco, another lefty, so a good move from JT Scara to bring in the lefty Horvath to face a stretch of 3 straight lefties for the Growlers. But Horvath in a jam here. Calarco is 0 for 3, reached on an error his last time. First pitch to him. Breaking ball, gets away from Stengren, and here comes Williams. He crosses home plate. And that makes the score 3-1, Growlers in the bottom of the 6th. An unforced error costs Rockford. And that will go down as an unearned run either way, as Williams got on base on an error by the right fielder, Phil Matulia. And it turns out to be a costly one. Pitelli moves up to second base. Here's the 1-0 to Calarco. Fastball misses well high. 2-0. Looks like Brad Dubutte, another lefty. He's a side armor, ready and waiting in the bullpen. 2-0 from Horvath. Fastball swung on and missed. Foul tip off the mask of Drew Stengren, it looked like. He's okay. It's 2-1. Stengren going out of his way to pick up that foul ball. Taking his time, getting back behind home plate into his crouch. Calarco, the big left-handed hitter from Northwestern, waits on the 2-1 and takes a big wave and a miss on a fastball. That's back even at 2 apiece. Big pitch coming up from Tyler Horvath. Another runner in scoring position. 1 run already in. Kalamazoo leads 3-1. The kick in the 2-2 as the runner goes. Swung on and lifted foul, out of play. Pitelli will turn around and head back to second base. And we'll have another 2-2 offering. Horvath has the sign from Stengren. Sets at the letters, kicks and deals another 2-2, swinging a foul straight back onto the aluminum roof over the home plate grandstand, and that rolls behind us and out of the stadium. Long battle between Horvath and Calarco here. Fans are into it. Another 2-2, down in the dirt, knocked down by Stengren. Didn't realize the runner was going. The throw down to third, not in time. It was almost as if Patelli snuck down to third base. The breaking ball was on the dirt. Stengren blocked it and had a very delayed reaction as Patelli took off. The throw was good, but nowhere near in time. And now the count is full. Here's the payoff pitch, misses outside. That's ball 4. Runners on the corners now for Luke Storm. Rivets have already allowed a run here in this 6th inning. TJ Williams scoring on a wild pitch after he reached on an error. Rivets trailing 3-1. Rivets bullpen started the season as a strength and now has faltered as of late. Rivets have lost 5 of 6 games. They snapped a 5-game losing streak yesterday with a win at Battle Creek. Against Battle Creek, at home, I should say. First pitch to Storm, swinging a tapper foul near the Rivets third base dugout. And it's 0-1. Storm batting from the right side for the first time tonight. Was 0 for 2 from the left side. Struck out swinging in the first and grounded out in the fourth. Was hit with a pitch in the third. The 0-1 not caught by Stengren. Gets away from him a little bit. Patelli took a few steps towards home but then turned around. No harm, no foul there, and the count is 1-1. And now Doug Coe is going to come out for a visit. Coe, the Rivets pitching coach. He's a big fella, makes the slow walk to the mound, and he'll bring in the entire infield. Brad Dubutte still warming in the Rivets bullpen. A crafty sidearm lefty. Has been very good for the Rivets here in the first half. He's also just a first half contract guy, so final days for him on the team with just 4 games remaining in the first half. Both the Rivets and the Growlers out of contention for a first half playoff spot. Growlers in 6th place out of 6 in the Great Lakes East. Rivets in 4th place, 6 games back of first place Traverse City. But these games matter, as if the first half winner wins the second half, the second playoff spot in the division goes to the team with the second best overall winning percentage. Mound meeting over. Here's the 1-1 to Storm. Swing and a line drive foul. Just snuck over the head of Dominic Patelli, who is standing in foul ground off the third base bag. Now the count is 1-2. Horvath a pitch away from getting out of this bottom of the 6th inning, which has proved to be a dangerous one for Rockford. Here's the 1-2. Fastball popped up foul. We'll do it again. Storm, the freshman from Duke, paces around home plate. Walks in a complete circle. Steps back in the right side. In an open batting stance. Hands above his batting helmet. Here's another 1-2 from Tyler Horvath. It's on the way. Fastball misses outside. And it's 2-2. Horvath has not been able to consistently find the zone in this inning. Coming on in relief of Ross Thompson. He sets at the letters. 2-2 delivery. Misses outside. Same spot. And the count is full at 3-2. Tyler Horvath at 30 pitches. The single inning limit is 35. The kick and the payoff pitch. Fastball misses just a hair outside. And Luke Storm draws a walk, and the bases are loaded for Brett Barrera.
Now batting the second baseman, number 18 from Stanford University, Brett Barrera.
Dominic Patelli on third base. He reached on a hit. Calarco on second. He also singled. Now Storm on first base after a walk. Brett Barrera is 1 for 2 with a single and a ground out, in addition to a base on balls in the first. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed batter, the first pitch. Big swing and a miss. 0-1. Rivets trailing 3-1. 1 run in here in the sixth. It's unearned. After Horvath struck out the first batter of the inning, he induced a fly ball to right that was dropped by Matulia. 0-1, foul straight back. And Horvath is well out in front, 0-2. Now he's got some room to play with Barrera here. However, a few of Horvath's breaking balls have gotten away from Drew Stengren. So he's got to be careful with another runner and Dominic Patelli 90 feet away. Rivets on the road here. You don't want to get down probably more than 2 or 3 runs late away from your home park. Here's the 0-2. Fastball misses down and in near the shoe tops of Barrera. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The sun setting off the first base line here at Homer Stryker Field. 1-2 pitch, misses outside. Barrera almost went around, but held back, and it's back even at 2-2.
The pitcher has now thrown 35 pitches.
Bases juice. Bottom of the 6th inning. Horvath kicks and delivers the 2-2, misses outside, and the count is full. Horvath had him 0-2, and now he's on the verge of losing him. Nowhere to put Brett Barrera. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball swung on and flied into right. Matulia comes in on it and makes the play with 2 hands, and the inning is over. Tyler Horvath allows an unearned run after Williams reaches on an error and comes around to score, but he leaves the bases loaded. And our new score after 6, Kalamazoo 3, Rivets 1 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 7th in Kalamazoo. Rivets trailing the Growlers by a score of 3-1, but good news for Rockford. The starter Tanner Knapp is out of the ball game after he scores or throws 6 innings, allowing just 1 run, which was unearned. Taylor Parrott is in the ball game. Parrott, the right-hander, from Denison University. Stands at 6'1", 195 with a whopping ERA of 19. And the first pitch to Brody Harding misses down and away. 8-9-1 due up for the Rivets here. Harding, Stengren, and Urdaneta. But Parrott's lone other outing came on June 28th against Kokomo. He deals the next pitch, and it's a called strike on the outer black, and it's 1-1. But Parrott went 2 1/3 and allowed 5 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and 6 hits. Working from the windup, kicks and deals the 1-1, and a breaking ball is pulled on the ground foul. Up the first base line, and the count is 1-2. Harding is 1-for-2 with a line out to center and a single up the middle in the 5th. Both balls hit well enough to be hits. But that first one, he was robbed by a diving play by TJ Williams in center. Parrott has the sign, rocks and fires the 1-2. Breaking ball freezes Harding, but it misses inside, and it's 2-2. This sounds cliche, but if you're Rockford, it all starts with base runners. Down by a manageable 3-1 deficit. 2-2 slapped foul over the Rivets dugout into the concourse. And we'll do it again. On the road, you still got a lot of time left in this game to make some hay. Rivets have 9 outs to work with. Parrott takes a breath. Here comes another 2-2. Breaking ball laced to second base on the ground. Gobbled up by Barrera. He throws to Geloff at first in time.
2 outs away from kids by the field. 2 outs away. Make sure you head down to the
First out of the top of the 7th. And here's the 9-batter Drew Stengren. Stengren is 0-for-2 with a ground out and a fly out. Rivets trail 3-1. Team has lost 5 of 6 games, but they're 4-0 against the Growlers. Righty on righty. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. The on-field promotions here in Kalamazoo have been out of this world. Stengren rips the pitch over the left fielder's head. Lito, he's back on the track, and he watches it sail over the left field wall. A line drive, home run for the 9-batter Drew Stengren. A solo shot gets the Rivets back within 1. It's 3-2. Just the 3rd hit of the year for Stengren, and it's a big one. 94 miles per hour off the bat, but it got out of here in a hurry. And the Rivets get the run back that they allowed in the bottom of the 6th inning. Stengren, a line drive hitter, not a ton of pop, but he crushed that ball. Here's the first pitch to Josue Urdaneta. He lays down a bunt and taps it foul, and it's 0-1. That's the 8th home run of the season for Rockford. A team with a lot of pop, but they really haven't shown it this season. The kick and the 0-1. Breaking ball misses inside, and it's 1-1. Josue reached on a hit by pitch back in the 3rd, but he's 0-for-2. Parrott winds and deals the 1-1. Fastball fouled straight back, and it's 1-2. Few fans were ready and waiting for that foul ball. They could not make the play. Urdaneta taps the plate, waves the bat around, and now the 1-2. Swinging a pop fly on the infield. The shortstop Patelli charges and makes the grab behind the mound for out number 2. 2 down, bases empty in the top of the 7th. 1 run in on a solo home run from Drew Stengren. Rivets behind 3-2. And here's another guy who could even the score with a 1 swing. It's Phil Matulia. Phil is 0-for-3. Matulia entering tonight's action on an 11-game on-base streak. First pitch to the lefty. Misses inside, and that's ball 1. Parrott, the righty, has kept a few pitches out over the heart to Rockford. You can tell why he struggled a little bit in that first appearance against Kokomo. He takes a breath and comes home with a 1-0. Fastball misses down and away, and it's 2-0. So Matulia with a patient approach here. He's got a good eye at the plate, but is an aggressive swinger. 2-0, takes a fastball on the outer black for a called strike one. Matulia made a costly error in the bottom of the 6th inning, dropping a line drive fly ball, which allowed TJ Williams to reach base and eventually come around to score. 2-1 pitch, sweeping breaking ball that misses the zone inside, and it's 3-1 on the junior from Louisiana Tech. Hitters count here for him. Could be dangerous for Parrott. He's got the sign. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Off speed, missed outside, and the Rivets have a 2-out base runner. And Phil extends his on-base streak to 12 games. So now here's Tommy Benson, who will bat from the left side against the righty Taylor Parrott. Benson, a power-hitting switch hitter. Hitless today, but reached and scored in the 4th inning after climbing aboard on an error. Also has a strikeout and a pop-out. First pitch. Breaking ball called strike on the outer half. 0-1. Slow curveball at just 70 miles per hour. Brad Dubuque is ready in the Rivets bullpen. He will pitch the bottom of the 7th inning. Parrott from the stretch gives a look at Matulia and now slide steps and delivers. Benson chops one through the right side into right field. Matulia on his horse. He's going to go first to third, and he's in standing into third base. The Rivets have runners on the corners with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Tying run just 90 feet away. And here's Daniel Cantu, who has reached all 3 times. 2 walks and a single. Drew Stengren belted a solo home run earlier this inning. Now back-to-back base runners with 2 outs. Have the Rivets a base knock away from tying it. And the first pitch to Cantu misses low. Gets away from Ballestero a little bit, but he chases it down. Matulia not breaking for home. Was not that far from the catcher. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Cantu has 4 RBIs in 3 games versus Kalamazoo. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Here's the 1-0. Fastball swung on and poked foul off the end of the bat. It's 1-1. And that was directly off the end of the bat for Cantu, so he broke his piece of wood, and now he gets tossed a new bat by Tyler Hawkins before the 1-1. Sun still falling on the horizon here in southwest Michigan. 8:55 in the Eastern time zone. Dog days of summer, but it doesn't exactly feel like it. Temperature now in the high 60s. Beautiful night for baseball. Rivets looking to tie it up. Parrott sets. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses outside, and it's 2-1 on Cantu. The redshirt freshman from USF taps the plate twice. Brings the bat above his shoulder, holds the hands up high. 2-1, swung on and flied into deep right. Playable for Henry Gargis, and he puts it away for out number 3. Taylor Parrott claps his hands together in frustration. He allows a solo home run to Drew Stengren, but strands runners on first and third as we go to stretch time. The score, Growlers 3, Rivets 2 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the 7th, Growlers 3, Rockford Rivets 2 in Kalamazoo. And the new pitcher for the Rockford Rivets is Brad Dubuque. He replaces Tyler Horvath. He threw 37 pitches in a single inning. That's beyond the limit for the Northwoods League in a single inning, so he had to come out. Horvath went 1 inning, allowed 1 run. It was unearned and stranded the bases loaded. Dubuque has been really solid for the Rivets in the bullpen, an ERA under 2. He'll face 4, 5, 6, starting with Jake Geloff, and he draws a swing and a miss on a fastball, and it's 0-1. Dubuque, the lefty sidewinder from Wright State, has an ERA of 1.84 in 14 2/3 innings. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball catches the outside part of the zone, and it's quickly 0-2. Dubuque is particularly effective against lefties, but he is so nasty, it's really tough for righties to face him as well. Working from the stretch, sets at the belt. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Jam shot off the hands into center field. It's a leadoff single by Jake Geloff, a nice piece of hitting. The slider that ran in on the righty. He fought it off for a leadoff base knock. Geloff is now 2 for 4 with 2 hits. And with the Growlers leading 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th, here's Henry Gargis with a runner on first. As the song Pump It Up plays over the speakers. There's the first pitch to Gargis. It catches the outside corner. 0-1. Gargis is 0 for 3. Fly out, strikeout, and a ground out. Dubuque sets at the chest and fires the 0-1. Swing and a foul tip off of Drew Stengren. He's all right and is quickly 0-2. But the song Pump It Up is notorious with the Battle Creek Bombers at C.O. Brown Stadium. It's a song that the Rivets have heard a ton, as Battle Creek plays it whenever they're on the verge of winning. So if they're down in the bottom of the 9th, they play it nonstop until the final out is recorded. The 0-2 swung on and fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. I will say it's a very catchy song. It slaps, some might say. However, if you play it over and over on loop, just like anything, it gets old. Probably especially for the pitcher. Another 0-2, swinging a flare down the left field side, and that one falls foul into the Rivets bullpen, and it's still 0-2. I will say, it's a good song, but it does get annoying, but not as annoying as after a Bombers victory when they play the song Africa on loop for hours on end. And a pickoff throw to first base. Geloff dives back safely. Still 0-2 on Henry Gargis. Rivets trailing 3-2. And the 0-2 from Dubuque. Slider way outside. Stengren springing out of his crouch. And the count is 1-2. Pump It Up has stopped playing for now. I don't want to speak too soon. Dubuque gets the baseball back, gazes in for the sign. Comes set in a closed stance. He kicks and delivers the 1-2, swinging a flare again down the left field line. Long run Cantu, and this one drops just a foot foul. That one was closer than the last foul ball. And it's still 1-2. Good battle between Gargis and Dubuque. Now I think We Will Rock You is the song of choice. Fans might like that a little bit better. As you might be able to hear, they're very engaged. Dubuque has the sign. Another 1-2 pitch, another foul ball, this time in off the hands. It was a nasty two-seam fastball that ran in on Gargis. And here you see or you hear how nasty Dubuque is against lefties in this lefty-on-lefty matchup. Pump It Up has returned. We'll see if Dubuque can pump it up and set down Gargis, and he does. A swing and a miss for strike 3.
We have some special birthdays here at the ball.
Dubuque got him with a fastball, and that's out number 1 in the bottom of the 7th. Geloff remains on first base, and here's Tate Ballestero. Ballestero, the sophomore from UVA, is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. He's a switch hitter, batting from the right side against the sidewinder lefty Dubuque. Here's the first pitch. Fastball misses down and away for ball 1.
Batting for your Growlers, the catcher, number 7 from Virginia.
Growlers 3, Rivets 2. Rivets scoring with a solo shot in the top of the 7th inning by Drew Stengren. 1-0. Fastball misses outside. Stengren well out of his crouch to make the catch. And it's 2-0. Third baseman Benson near the grass. Middle infield shaded at double play depth. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball tails too far outside. And it's quickly 3-0. Brad Dubuque is a native of Michigan, nearby to Kalamazoo. Calls Brownstown, Michigan home, and he's just on a first half contract. Here's the 3-0. Fastball misses outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Tate Ballestero. 2 on, 1 out for TJ Williams, who hit a solo home run earlier, has scored 2 of the Growlers' 3 runs. Williams overall just 1 for 3 with that solo home run. But Dubuque, native of Michigan, drove this trip by himself because he's going to leave the team after these 2 games in Kalamazoo. He comes set at the letters, and the first pitch to Williams. Fastball called strike on the outer half. Dubuque facing back-to-back righties, looking to keep this a 1-run ball game. Great Lakes East rivals doing battle. Rivets hold the series advantage 4-0. And the 0-1, a breaking ball misses inside. Williams jumps out of the way of it. That's 1-1. Williams with 3 RBIs this season. Dubuque sets. Comes home with a 1-1. Fastball misses down and away, and it's 2-1. Dubuque's last outing on June 28th against Battle Creek, he went 3 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, 4 runs overall, 5 strikeouts and 3 walks. It was his worst outing of the season. Here's the 2-1, swing and a miss. Got him on the tailing breaking ball. That's 2-2. But prior to that outing, Dubuque had surrendered only 1 other earned run, and it came against the Growlers on June 23rd. Part of why his ERA is so small, 1.84. Here's the 2-2 to Williams. Fouled off to the right side, out of play. We'll do it again. This game started at 6:38 Eastern Time. It's now 9:08. The sun is just about set in southwestern Michigan. It is fireworks night here in Kalamazoo. Another 2-2, breaking ball called, strike 3. And Williams walks back to the first base dugout with his head down. He knew it there. That is out number 2 in the bottom of the 7th. Tate Ballestero remains on first, Jake Geloff on second, and here's Luke Lido. Lido is 2 for 3 tonight with 2 singles and a run scored. Rivets behind 3-2. Lefty on lefty. First pitch, swinging a chopper, down to third base. Benson charges, gloves, throws in time to first base, And Brad Dubuque gets out of a 2-runner jam. And the score remains Growlers 3, Rivets 2. Going to the 8th on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Top of the 8th inning in a 1-run ball game between the Kalamazoo Growlers and the Rockford Rivets. Growlers lead it 3-2. And Taylor Parrott is back out there for a second inning of relief work. He allowed a solo home run to Drew Stengren in the top of the 7th to allow the Rivets to draw 1 run closer. Brad Dubuque got out of a 2-runner on jam in the bottom of the 7th to keep the score right where we're at. Play is paused here as Tyler Hawkins was ready to go in the right-handed batter's box, but some fans have to make their way off the field from a between innings promotion. The Growlers on-field games have been a sight to behold today, unlike anything I've ever seen in the Northwoods League, and I've seen some interesting things. It'll be Tyler Hawkins, Shamar Page, and Brian Fuentes coming up, righty on righty. First pitch to Hawkins, swinging a pop fly off to the right side and out of play. Foul ball for strike 1. Tyler Hawkins is 0 for tonight. Had a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th inning. Fielder's choice in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 6th. Here's the 0-1, swung on and grounded down to third base. Eaten up by Storm, he throws to first just in time to beat a hustling Hawkins by about a step. And there's 1 down in the top of the 8th. Growlers lead by 1, nobody on for Shamar Page, who singled his last time. In case you're just joining us, Kalamazoo struck first in the 2nd with a solo home run from T.J. Williams. Rivets would tie it up in the top of the 4th on an RBI by Page. Kalamazoo would get the lead back with a run in the bottom of the 4th, and then 1 more in the 6th. First pitch to Page, fastball called strike on the outer half, 0-1. The difference right now is Kalamazoo's run in the 6th inning. An unearned run. Page takes down and away, and it's 2-2. But a dropped fly ball by Phil Matulia allowed T.J. Williams to reach base and eventually come around and score. If he made that catch, we'd probably be tied. The kick in the 1-1 to Hawkins. Breaking ball catches the outer half of the zone, or to Page, excuse me. And it's 1-2. Page has put together some really nice at-bats tonight. Trying to do it again. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, sent into deep right field. Gargis back on it, a step in front of the track, and he makes the grab. Page has sent 2 deep fly balls into right field, but both for outs, and now there's 2 down in the top of the 8th. And so Wade Elliott is going to come on and pinch hit for Brian Fuentes here in the top of the 8th.
Now pinch hitting from Grayson College, number 7.
It's Growlers 3, Rockford Rivets 2. And Wade Elliott takes over for Brian Fuentes, who was 0 for 3 tonight. Elliott, the sophomore, headed to Louisiana Tech next year. Has been one of Rockford's most consistent hitters, but has been slumping a little bit lately. Righty on righty in the first pitch. Fastball that bounces, and that's ball 1. Wade is just 1 for his last 11. And I asked him before the game about his tough stretch, and he said it's a mental thing. He says, this always happens to me in the middle of the season. 1-0, big swing and a miss, and it's back even at 1 apiece. But Wade says that sometimes he tries to make a little adjustment in his swing, and one thing goes wrong, and then another thing goes wrong, and it's a mental barrier. The 1-1, he waits on a breaking ball and shoots it high in the air on the left side of the infield. Patelli steps into the outfield grass and makes the grab, and that ends the 8th inning. So the Rivets do nothing. It's a 1-2-3 frame for Taylor Parrott, and the score holds. Growlers 3, Rivets 2 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Bottom of the 8th inning, the Rivets trail the Kalamazoo Growlers by a score of 3-2, and the Rivets go back to the bullpen. Tanner Mink comes on to replace Brad Dubutte. Mink, the righty, a redshirt freshman from USF, has an ERA of 7.20. His last appearance, though, back on June 30th against Battle Creek, he tossed a scoreless inning. He will face 9-1-2 in the Growlers order, starting with Dominic Patelli, who's 2 for 3. First pitch to the lefty. Swinging a line drive into the right center field gap, and that one falls. Matulia can't get to it. Hawkins gets over and cuts it off and chucks it back into the infield. It gets by Brody Harding covering second base, and it's the second double of the night for Dominic Patelli. A 3-hit day for the Growlers shortstop, who entered tonight with a batting average under 100. But he's killing the Rivets. And that sets up Anthony Calarco with a runner in scoring position. Calarco, the leadoff man, singled his last time in the 6th. And what do you know? Here's Pump It Up once again, after it played over and over in the bottom of the 7th. Doug Coe's going to come out for a mound visit after Tanner Mink throws just one pitch. Maybe a scouting report for Coe. Maybe Coe notices something in Mink's delivery right away. An interesting story for Doug Coe today. Rivets pitching coach did not take the bus with the team to Kalamazoo. He decided to drive himself. And as a result, he arrived at about 5:15 in the middle of Rivets batting practice. And he told me that his GPS told him he was supposed to get here at 4 o'clock, but he got caught up in Chicago construction, traffic on the way to Michigan. And let me tell you, the traffic was absolutely horrendous. A trip that was supposed to take 3.5 hours took closer to 5. But the Rivets got here, and now they're trailing by 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on second base for Anthony Calarco. Calarco, the redshirt sophomore from Northwestern. Lefty on righty, and Mink turns to check on Patelli. Mink with a number switch. He took Jace Warkentine's number 6 after Warkentine left the team after yesterday's start. He sets at the belt. The first pitch, swinging a ground ball, eats up Wade Elliott down the first baseline. Patelli waved around third. He's going to score. Calarco chugging into second, and the throw gets him by a mile. So Calarco is out at second base, trying to stretch it into a 2-bagger. But it doesn't matter as Patelli comes in to score. Not sure how that one's going to be scored for Calarco. But either way, a run comes in, and it's now 4-2. Here's the first pitch to Luke Storm, a swing and a miss for strike 1. That'll go as a hit for Calarco on a sharp ground ball, but he gets cut down. And here's the 0-1. Storm another swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. Luke Storm reached on a walk his last time, was also hit with a pitch in the 3rd. Overall, he's 0 for 2. Mink looks in for the sign. He's got it from the catcher, Drew Stengren. He sets up outside. Here's the 0-2. Fastball fouled straight back. We'll do it again. So the Rivets will go into the 9th inning, trailing by at least 2. Mink sets. Another 0-2. Fastball misses high and away. More bullpen action down the left field line for Rockford. Cade Turner getting loosened up. And the 1-2 to Storm. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. Stengren steps out of the line and throws down to first base to retire Luke Storm for out number 2. First strikeout for Tanner Mink. 1 run in here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kalamazoo leads 4-2 over Rockford. And the bases are empty for Brett Barrera. Barrera walked in the 1st and singled in the 5th. 1 for 3 on his line, righty on righty. Mink working from the stretch with nobody on. And here's the first pitch. Swinging a pop-up to the right side. Wade Elliott calls everybody off and makes the grab, just steps beyond the infield dirt. And the inning is over. But the Growlers add an insurance run. Dominic Patelli comes home to score from second on an RBI single from Anthony Calarco. Our new score, Kalamazoo 4, Rockford Rivets 2 on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Final chance for the Rockford Rivets in the top of the ninth as they trail the Kalamazoo Growlers by a score of 4-2 at Homer Stryker Field in Michigan. Rivets will send up 8-9-1 Brody Harding, Drew Stengren, and Josue Urdaneta to face Braden Forsythe, the hard-throwing right-hander out of Ole Miss. He has been solid for Kalamazoo out of the bullpen, standing at 6'3", 215 with 3 saves. He's got a record of 0-1 in 6 innings pitched. His last outing came yesterday at Traverse City when he nailed down the save for the Growlers in a 2-1 win. He struck out 4 in 2 innings. So he'll face 2 lefties here, starting with Harding and then Josue Urdaneta, the third batter due up as a switch hitter. From June 23rd through the 25th. Forsythe working from the right side of the rubber. Delivers the first pitch, and Cushing watches strike 1. Cushing also has a very good eye at the plate, with a total of 17 walks. Good for second on the team, an on-base percentage of .388. Here's the 0-1. Swinging a slow ground ball to third. Luke Storm gathers it and throws across the diamond in time, and the Rivets are down to their final out in the top of the ninth. And this must be the official song of baseball in Southwest Michigan, because every time the Rivets take a road trip here, you hear it. Pump it up, going as the Rivets are down to their final 3 outs. Comes down to Josue Urdaneta. Rivets trailing 4-2. These 2 teams are going to run it back tomorrow again at 6:35. Here's the first pitch to Josue. Fastball called strike on the outer half. I must admit, folks, for the entire game, I've been calling the game from directly behind a pillar. I've had to lean in and out of the way to try and see where the pitch result is. And a few times I've missed swings and misses because I can't see. Here's the 0-1. Urdaneta swings and fouls it back, and it's 0-2. Reminds me a little bit of Wrigley Field, sitting behind pillars. They're not as large or tall as C.O. Brown Stadium's pillars. C.O. Brown over in Battle Creek, home of the Battle Creek Bombers. Forsythe has the sign from Ballestero. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the ball game is over. The Growlers take a victory here on Friday night by a final of 4-2 over the Rockford Rivets. It was a pitcher's duel. Ross Thompson gave it all he had. He went 5 innings, allowed 2 earned runs. But he will get stuck with the loss, if I'm not mistaken. We'll be back with the final lines and the rest of the details after this. Rivets fall 4-2 to Kalamazoo. Welcome back to Homer Stryker Field. The Rivets fall 4-2 to the Kalamazoo Growlers. Here are the final lines. First for the victorious Growlers, 4 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base. For Rockford, 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors, and 8 left on. The winning pitcher is Tanner Knapp, who moves to a Northwoods League leading 5th win of the season. He's got a record of 5-1, while the loser is Tyler Horvath. He gave up 1 unearned run back in the 6th inning when Kalamazoo would not relent the lead from there. Braden Forsythe picks up his 4th save of the season, working a 1-2-3 9th inning. The Rivets fall to a record of 14-19, while the Growlers move to 13-20, still in last place in the Great Lakes East Division with 3 games left in the first half. Both these teams out of contention for the first half playoff spot. However, setting themselves up for success, while maybe the Growlers are, not so much the Rivets. As we move into the second half, quick game recap for you. Growlers started the scoring with a solo home run from TJ Williams in the second. Rivets would respond to tie it up at 1 with an RBI from Shamar Page in the 4th. Growlers would make sure that lead, or that tie, did not last long, as they came back with a run of their own in the 4th on an RBI from Dominic Patelli. They would score the go-ahead run in the 6th on an unearned run after Phil Matulia dropped a fly ball in right field, which allowed TJ Williams on the base paths. He would come around and score, and then Kalamazoo would add some insurance in the 8th on an RBI from Anthony Calarco. The Rivets' second run of the game would come from a solo shot off the bat of Drew Stengren in the 7th, but it would not matter as the Rivets would fall by a score of 4-2. Rivets and Growlers wrapping this thing up in an out in 2 hours and 51 minutes in front of a raucous crowd of 2 hours and 34 minutes. Wow, I read the attendance figure in time. A crowd of 2,034, a fireworks night crowd in southwestern Michigan. That wraps it up here from Homer Stryker Field tonight. These two teams are going to run it back once again tomorrow. Same time, same place, 6:35 p.m. in the Eastern Time Zone, 5:35 for our friends back in the Central Time Zone. We'll once again carry the Home Run Derby for you in the pregame. That will get going at about 5:30 Central Time. So this is Larry Larson wishing you a good night, and thanks for listening on the Rockford Rivets Baseball Network. Again, the final, the Rivets fall 4-2. So long, everybody.